Hey guys, another rainy Sunday in Vancouver. In today's video, I'm just gonna talk about don't rely on the government. I read an article about major taxes change targeting student loan forgiveness or student loan borrowers, and I'm one of the student loan borrowers. I still have about $10,000, but I'm not too worried about it. I have an emergency fund that can pay it off anytime. But this video, yeah, I'm in my Subaru. I got my steering wheel I need to fix because the letter's coming off. So it's a sewing kit. Then my back bumper protector right here. I need to apply on. It's basically just a clear plastic that I used to have, but then I took it off. But my car's 10 years old, and yeah, I bought it 2015. That was 2025. I have a brake kit that I'm going to install by a mechanic. I think for labor costs in US dollars, $350 for front and back, changing rotors. What is it? The pads, the brake rotors, the pads, and bought some wheel studs and lug nuts. So that's how much I quoted for. If I change all that, it'll last me another 10 years. So I think that's a good investment. But yeah, back on the article, basically the title from Forbes, major tax changes targeting student loan borrowers. This could eliminate income-driven repayment applications. Let's see, President Trump already fired half of the staff in Department of Education. Then there's a limit on public service loan forgiveness, which I'm part of the group. Then there's student loan forgiveness may become taxable, and then the student interest tax deduction, which is in the States, when you file your taxes, you can get some of the money back. You pay some interest in your student loans. Then there's talk about raising taxes for lower and middle classes. This potentially raise taxes for the lower middle classes. There's a reduction in the interest tax reduction. Then there's talks about tax on scholarships and fellowships for colleges and universities. So what does this all mean? My take on it is basically the freebies that under President Biden is going to come to the end. Any help from the government, you shouldn't rely on it. You should have your own emergency fund, and if there's crisis like this, you don't have to worry about it. For example, my current financial situation is that I can literally travel a few times a year, enjoy myself, and not to worry about my finances. Like, my philosophy right now, I have 4 pillars of investments and savings. First, my main job has a pension and a 401k. I maxed that out ever since 2021. Currently, for this fiscal year, 2025 is 21,000 or 21,500. It's already maxed out. Well, it's auto deducted from my salary monthly or bi-weekly. It goes towards that, and it's invest in basically S&P 500 market. That's my first pillar. That's my second one. Is I open a Vanguard Roth IRA, which is after-tax individual savings account. I think current year is 7,000. It's also auto deducted from my salary, my paycheck, every month. Well, I do it manually, but it is maxed out 7,000. Then, ever since 2021, I have a HSA, which is a health savings account, which is investment account, but you can pool money to pay medical expenses. Basically, it's a high deductible health plan that basically, if you're a healthy individual and you don't need a lot of medical attentions or medical expenses, then HSA is good for you. So currently, I think it's $4,000 or $4,150. I maxed that out too. So I use that as investment account. It's invested in another Vanguard ETFs. I guess the next video I'll talk about it. So I maxed that out. So that's my third pillar. Then my fourth one is basically emergency fund, or some people call it FU account, rainy day account. It's basically a high yield savings account, which I also have in my Vanguard. The rates can be varied. Initially, when I opened a Vanguard account, the savings APR was 4.75% or something like that. It's basically whatever you put money on, you're supposed to get. You make money. You make interest out of whatever money you put in. So like 10,000, like 4% of $10,000, something like that. So currently I have about $10,000 to $15,000 in my savings account, and that's just sitting there for any emergencies. You know, it could be family member need expenses pay, or maybe a few of the months I run out, have low in cash, and that's one of my savings account. But that's what it is there for. And I could pay the student loans anytime I want, the whole amount. But the whole point is having all these investments and saving is, the philosophy is pay yourself first, because you're constantly paying bills, but you're paying someone else. But what about paying yourself? That's why you make money, right? You have a salary, you have a job, or you invest. The long-term strategy is, you try to invest in dividend stocks or ETFs, and eventually you're making money while you're sleeping, or make enough money like your salary income while you're sleeping. That's the start of, I guess you could say, getting out of matrix, right? For 90% of our, us, the regular population. I'm just a regular guy working a 9 to 5, but I'm trying to, what people say, get out of the matrix. But yeah, my current financial situation is, my car is paid off. I don't have any debt, maybe credit card, but that's monthly, always paid off. I have time to do all this. And it took me a while to get, where I'm at, right? I'm about to turn 39 this year, and the next step on my financial goal is to do a side hustle and invest some properties. But who knows? But at the end of the day, you shouldn't rely on the government, because the government is not all presence. And you do that, your life is always on a pendulum swing. And this is going to affect a lot of people with student loans, especially in the US, those people that pull out, $100K, $200K loan, and if they rely on the government to forget the whole loan, well, that comes to an end. But yeah, that's my take on it. Never rely on someone else. And the world is cruel. There's no one, as a kid, no one's gonna save you. So you gotta learn some skills, some traits, be smart about it. Since the student loans is coming to the end, I think people should, look for a trade that will give them, long-term financial gain. None of these useless college degrees anymore. Anyway, guys, that's my rant. But thanks for watching, and another video.